I done seen a lot of things, walk through hella rain, I know struggles. I'm just trying to get to the top, niggas talk a lot, they don't know nothing. I've been working every day, trying to get paid, I know hustle. Never switch on my brothers, I get a bag of my brothers. I've been working every day, trying to get paid, I know hustle. I done seen a lot of things, walk through hella rain, I know struggles. I'm just trying to get to the top, niggas talk a lot, they don't know nothing. So I stay with my brothers, I never switch on my brothers, never change on my brothers. So I stay with my brothers, oh, so I stay with my brothers. I'm just trying to get a bag with my brothers.
I had a lot of staff members and parents asking me what was going on and what was the scenario and how long is it going to be out and oh my God, this, that, and the other thing. There you go. So of course we let the weekend go by, Saturday, Sunday, comes back in Monday, no crutches, says he feels fine. Took him through some pretty aggressive rehab and he seemed like he was doing pretty well. So we really only went through maybe a day or two of rehab and some taping just to make sure that he was good to go. That was pretty much it.
Wide field open, right? So you gotta go.
If you like twist or like sprain your ankle, like that injury is always gonna be there. So like the next week, I didn't practice the whole week because I was just letting my ankle just heal.
It's difficult because I don't think a lot of these kids have been hurt before. They've got to understand that stuff like this is gonna happen. That's the risk that you take when you play a sport. And luckily it turned out to be something mild, but I think a lot of these kids tend to overreact to injuries because either they're not used to it or they just don't know what to do.
Demetrius Rush, everybody around calling me D1. I go to Walkertown High School, play football. I'm in 10th grade.
Demetrius Rush as a sophomore, he's not your normal sophomore. You got to see a little bit, get in the game, and he's electric.
He's probably one of the best wide receivers in the county, if not the best all-around wide receiver in the county. His ball skills are great, he's physical, he's intelligent, his football IQ is way off the charts. He understands the game.
I have a good time watching. I love those boys. They're good. They're really talented. They're specimens. For their size at their age, they're faster, stronger than most kids.
I can't say a bad thing about the Rushes, as both of them are really stand-up, nice kids. Both of them are hard-working kids on the football field, and both of them, in my opinion, are trying to be the type of leaders that this team needs, especially Demetrius Rush. Anthony's more of a quiet leader type, where he's going to lead kids by example through his work ethic.
I've been playing football every year of my life, so like football is not even a sport to me. It's like part of life. It's daily routine. You wake up, you go to school, you go to practice, you have games. I've been doing it since I was in 5th grade. Football is not like I signed up. It's almost like I was born into it. It's just like part of my religion. I don't know how to explain it.
And I know when we first came in, right, we had the unstuck shirts on. Y'all were like, man, who are these dudes? Who are these guys? Nobody knew who we were, right? But none of that stuff really mattered. The only thing that mattered most is the fact that this is the opportunity of a lifetime. The opportunity to come here and play football, strap up and hit the field, is the opportunity of a lifetime. Even for the coaching staff, everybody in here, the sound of my voice, this is the opportunity of a lifetime. For us coming in, opportunity of a lifetime. And we're going to take advantage of it.
Sick mate, and I need you to be sick as my motherfucking ass. You hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yo, do something to make me feel better.
But y'all gotta do me one favor. You cannot walk out those doors the same way. No fear. No fear. Honestly, like you can't. Something has to change today. Like your workouts need to be different. Your study habits need to be different. Something needs to change. Like something on the inside needs to shift in order for us to see some results on the outside. That's the reason why we're here today.
Go D, there he is!
When he said, I want y'all to say what?
Everything I'm not, we are together.
Everything I'm not, we are together.
This is yours. But remember, we talked about selflessness, right? This is yours to give to somebody else. Don't give it to somebody. I want you to give it to somebody that you don't know, you don't talk to, you probably never spoke to. I want you to give it to your friend. It's the opportunity of a what? Lifetime. It's the opportunity of a what? Lifetime. It's the opportunity of a what? Lifetime.
Hey, Reed! Hey, Reed! Hey, Reed! Week 1, try to figure the puzzle out. Week 2, new puzzle, new challenge. On to what? Week 3 in BCC. Another 4A school. Do you understand? Yes, sir. Another 4A school that is not a bad team. But we're going to treat them like we're supposed to treat them. Street fight.
This is your circle of influence. These are your boys on the football field, in the neighborhood, your next door neighbor. We're about to talk about a bond that y'all have, that y'all are building right now through sweat, through tears, through pain. That this bond can carry y'all on to something greater.
When there's a lack of a fatherhood or male role model in a kid's life, you know, they turn to certain things and look for certain things, whether it be, I don't know, people on TV or someone on the block doing something, you know, to try to make a way. And like, it's hard for kids to see, okay, that's how he getting it, and I'm going to get it in school when they've never seen anybody succeed in school.
Say what I say, do opposite. One step to the right. One step to the right. Look, don't let nobody start second guessing. You thought you said you did something wrong. So, you made the right move. Y'all got it. Y'all need to realize that you got it and stop overthinking. Just be where you at in the moment. On the field, at home, in school, be where you're at in the moment. This is how champions are made.
You all are good. You understand? Our offense is even better now that we have a running game. Okay? That is the challenge I brought to y'all, and y'all are stepping up.
Leaving the end alone, you always RPO off the back.
Oh, okay.
So we run indie right, always RPO. So last week in practice, you saw my tail one time.
Move it! I ain't trying to break y'all down. I'm just giving y'all the game so y'all know what to expect. And it's my duty as a leader to leave this place better than how I found it. I had to give it to the kids straight up. Like I had to tell him, you know, what he did, and you know, he blew it. He got that opportunity with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, with the Redskins. They put $2 million on the line, and they gave him a drug test, and he failed it 3 times. An opportunity to change his family's life forever. The opportunity to change his life forever. And he threw it all away for some drugs. Smoking weed. I'm talking about your talent can take you places where your character cannot keep you, guys. And I need y'all to get this, because this is where a lot of people play. They put this thing into the perspective of excuses. They make excuses for themselves. They try to blame other people. But you are your biggest solution. And just like he said, your decisions determine your destiny.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Dam.
Let's go! Swing! Right here, right here. Come on, take it loose. Come on, here. Time to go to work, Andy. Hold up, hold up.
That's my brother. Like, I really don't like him, but I love him. That's like my best friend without being my best friend. It's like, I don't know what I'll be doing without him. Like,
He inspires me to get better every day.
This is it right here. This is what's going to change your life, to become selfless. This is how you go from good to great to phenomenal to unstoppable. Number 2, who wants to go to the league? Alright, so somebody in here tell me, why do you want to go to the NFL? Why do you want to go to the league? Go ahead. Anybody?
Feed my family.
Feed your family, I like that.
Person that's about to get the game ball, not have done what he did tonight. He set a personal record for himself. In a long band, see this many yards in a long time. And good.
I gotta give it to the offensive line though.
Something happened with me and my brother. We was young. We did something. We was like 3 years old, and then one of our neighbors had called social services. So she had sent us with our grandparents, and like probably 2-3 years later, my mom had came back and got us.
That was wild. We was in a foster home. Me and my sister, we was going over to foster parents somewhere. And then we seen her. I was looking at her, and she looked at me. And I just kept looking. And she started crying. And that's why I ran up to her. And then she started talking to the foster people. And then we ended up talking more and more and more and more, and get to seeing each other more, until we just ended up staying with her again.
Right now, I think we got to get them to a point where they can finish seasons and finish games. And that goes back to, are these young men getting the proper care outside of football with lessening some of the stress that they have?
I stayed with my man Teron. He was on the football team and he got kicked off, but that's a different story. My mother lived with my aunt, and my sister stayed with them. We just got kicked out of our house for real. We would have to go to the neighbors, put water in the bucket just to flush the toilet. It was hard. I had to go to a friend's house to take a shower. Eating 7-Eleven food for dinner every day.
They're not pointing blame at any parent or anything. Life is hard. You know, you just try and do the best you can, and it's not just Demetrius and Anthony. There's a family. You know, but the focus is on them because they are exceptional athletes.
I think one of the biggest struggles that really impacts my family the most is the separation. Because since North Carolina, we've been separated. We've always been separated from each other, and then brought back together, and then separated from each other again. So it's like, I can't see my little sister. And there's some nights where I don't even know where my little sister's at. And I don't know where my mom's at. So it's just like, me and my brother just stick together. Because I remember at one point in time where me and him were separated.
This was the best thing that happened to me. It gave me a way to release my pain. All the stress I feel in life just vanished when I played football. Football is like going to heaven. Being at practice, workouts, all of that. The hardest part is both the fun is like, when I work hard, it just releases the more stress. Like, it makes me want to just keep pushing.
My thing is just making sure that they know that what's at stake, that they truly are committed to trying to get better, and learning how to cope.
We are headed to see the Montgomery Village Chief organization Little League teams play. The later games for the bigger kids. So we're trying to target and recruit 10 years old and up. It's important to pay attention to the young boys because it's our feeder program, and it's been, I don't know how you say, neglected, I guess, over the years. And a lot of the players are going to different schools. Obviously, winning changes that, but you know, football is different, man. High school football, low league football it's a lot more competitive than it used to be.
MV is such a storied and rich tradition that it can be intimidating for some families if they're not used to it. You know, they're all in about the success of those kids, and they have a winning tradition.
Great, go! Montgomery Village area, a lot of talent coming out of Montgomery Village. You got Stephon Diggs, Tanara Jackson, who played for the MVSA Chiefs.
Outside of that, there's no other like flag leagues to kind of break kids into. So, and then what that does is expose them to other families that are not living in Montgomery Village. So it puts that, hey, why go to Watkins Mill when you can go here?
How you doing, Mike? I'm good.
Wait, who's the Wolverine?
Watkins Mill Wolverine.
And a lot of players from those programs who would have played at Watkins Mill end up going to the private schools, and you know, that hurt Watkins Mill.
I'm trying to talk to them for the future though, to try to get it to every Friday. And they're gonna get it free with their jersey. And they get a ticket. They get a free entree, like a hot dog or hamburger.
I talked to him last week about changing it so the kids can have that experience to go to a high school game.
Yeah.
You have some kids that don't, you know, do it Thursday, Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Do practice so that the kids can go and get that experience.
I thought it went good. You know, just being visible down there, getting a chance to talk to the parents, a chance to talk to the kids, a chance to talk to the coaches. This was important. You know, I think it was good to hear kind of it was kind of good to hear the parents agree with some of the things that I'd like to do in the future, because it'll help us, you know, it'll help the Chiefs and help us at the same time. So I don't know, it was good. It was a good first day. So I got a couple more coaches coming down here in like an hour, so we'll be down here all day talking to the boys.
The tradition of MV, man, it's just we develop great players on and off the field. Basically, as far as like people would say we're some juggernaut, you know, all-star teams. Nah, we people call it from the hill. We take the kids that walk down the hill and want to play football.
Man, it was fun. I don't think I lost a game until my 6th grade or 7th grade year, and in between then, we won the Capital Beltway League championship. I made it to the state championship. I think that was probably the best team MV ever had. And in my opinion, I think MV is like one of the best Little League teams in Maryland.
Past years, it's been a lot of kids has been coming from Montgomery Village straight to Watkins Mill and has been starting off great 9th grade year, so they have been varsity ready, you know, which is really good. The culture is changing over in Watkins Mill, you know, that's part of, you know, us down here as Montgomery Village, you know, having them understand and trust the process going forward into Watkins Mill, you know what I mean, so they can continue that legacy that they had if they left in Montgomery Village.
He hit us with the post, he hit us with that. And this guy hit one of those, right? He caught it, bro. I mean, that's not an issue. That corner knows that he's by himself. It is 11? That is 11. I told you. So, yep. Number 11, single. Man. Yep. They love number 11. That's the guy they throw to.
But this week we have a quote-unquote rival game with our hometown nemesis, I guess, Seneca Valley, Screaming Eagles. The history of Watkins Mill is that Watkins Mill has never beaten Seneca Valley. There's been some close games, but we've never beaten them.
When you're talking about athletics in general, there's always games on your schedule that you know if you can go get that one, what it can do for a program, what it can do for a school, what it can do for a community. And Seneca Valley is one of those.
It also goes down to the younger athletes down at MV. You got kids that'll be slated to go to Seneca, kids that'll be slated to go to Watkins Mill, and kids slated to go to other schools. The majority of those teams split between Seneca and Watkins Mill based on the boundary.
You know, why not us? We're playing Saturday at 5:30. If you want to watch a football game on Saturday, it's us. We're primetime TV right now. You know, everybody's gonna be there. It's gonna be packed. Let's watch film as much as we can. Game plan in, and we just gonna crisp it out. Same way we've been doing it. Everybody understand that? Yes, sir. We got a good thing rolling, just like Coach said. Let's just keep the train moving. Keep the train moving.
I think right now, defensively, we just need to be on all cylinders. And Markel has to have a good game that we know he's capable of in terms of effectively distributing the ball and running it when he has to, and having a good mix of run and offensive plays to kind of keep them off balance.
Orange right, wide, yeah, right, understand, all 1-on-1, ready? Reagan left, Washington kick right, all 1-on-1, ready? Washington right, all 1-on-1, ready? Rap.
This game will be big for his confidence, for the naysayers about Markel Grant. The dude can run, throw. He can actually play defense. So I wouldn't be surprised if you see him out there. You know, I will pull out all stops.
Young ballers from the mill. Pain, passion, blood, sweat, and tears, leave it all in the field. But we barely passing classes when the cops be harassing, guns be blasting, mama dumping crack ashes, and your pops ain't there. See, we straight up out the Ville, the ghetto suburbs, small city, big dreams ain't real. We all in the field, we play in the corner like a thief with the steel. We James Conner, go home or play harder. After practice, head home to eviction notice on the door. Try not to break down, I'm feeling unbothered, unwanted. Our fathers don't want us doing numbers like a phone, accumulating the product, athletic mixed with a hustler, but don't become accustomed to the trap. The government makes custom, but it seems the only option is a scholarship. Profit in a false imprisonment, living in poverty, overlooked for our diligence. The color of skin, look at us common sense. We gotta stand for each other.
Y'all can't do
Mark
something.
Wahlberg, we gotta ride for
That
our
ain't how
brothers.
we go,
Come
Mark.
together, make the
No more.
unachievable achievable. We gotta believe in like Cleveland, we all in.
There's no doubt about what's about to happen in my mind.
Anthony Payne! Coach, we can't cover everything back there. We need linebackers.
Shit happens. I'm tired, bro. That's how it always is. The beginning of the game, you always say, bro, these niggas not more physical with us, bro. It's the heat, though. It's the heat. It's getting me, bro.
I might have the most respect for Kim because their school and our school is super parallel, you know, and he deals with, on a daily basis, the same shit I'm dealing with. And he gets the most out of his players.
Are we still in this game though, Boston? It's not over. We just gotta learn from the first half. That's it.
That third down that he did, the middle was wide open because the linebackers couldn't get back. If it's Lucas fucking up, bro, that's also you because you don't know what the fuck you're doing. That's your responsibility. That's your position. Y'all gotta make sure everybody that plays that position knows, bro.
Get your drink when you come out. You come out. You don't go to the bench. That's not what a substitute does. You go and you get the water. You stand right behind. You drink the water. You breathe through your nose, out your mouth. You understand? Get your heart rate down. Get your ass back in there. Hey, we good. We finna win. You have to believe it, though. All right? Have fun. You gotta have fun. When the good plays happen, great way to go get the ball, but we gotta finish, all right?
Best football. It's 14-7. We took their best ball that they have to get. Simple as that. And they got us on a goddamn fake punt, trick play. All right? So they're not too confident. They're gonna stop the run and we're gonna play good football. Does that make sense? Let's go. Bring it.
We're not gonna let you, so we gotta step up and rock this shit.
Let's go. We gotta get
LB's on 3, 1, 2, 3.
When we came out of the locker room, like Seneca was just kind of like standing there, kind of like going through the motions. And I'm like, all right, cool. Like we've got the mental part. Like that's the first part. The main part is the mental. I mean, it's 99% mental.
3 stacks still.
But that didn't happen. We literally the entire game just shot ourselves in the foot.
Breathe, you got it! Keep your heads up, let's go! Keep fighting! Oh my God!
Strip that ball! Strip it! Strip it! Strip it!
Whether it was penalties, lack of execution, not lining up right on defense,
interceptions I've thrown, drop passes, fumbles, and then once that happened, that's when Seneca like took off.
Defense, y'all gotta wrap up!
Coach, go ahead, Coach. Coach.
He pushed him right in the back.
He's not very mentally tough in a lot of situations. I was actually talking to a few guys today about that, and a few students of mine, not even athletes, just a few students who were at the game, and they were like, we always seem to get up and play real energetic, real determined against teams that may not have any connection to us. So against a rival team like Gaithersburg, Seneca, we don't seem to get up for that. Like, we get behind and then we're like, oh, plus 3 points.
He's fucking jogging, young.
No! What are you off the field? Oh my God! How are you backing up for?
Let's go! You're supposed to be encouraging people. You're supposed to get encouraging, bro. You're losing, bro.
Honestly, I think Seneca Valley probably was one of our worst games because that wasn't our team.
So that's what we do. That's what we do.
Exactly.
We argue when we stand there for no reason.
Why you sitting down? Why you sitting down?
What's wrong?
I think we have to take this as a blessing in disguise. You know, go back to the drawing board and realize what we're not doing right. You know, how much effort are we giving in practice? You know, deep down, Seneca Valley knows we're a better team than them. They know it. We're better than them. Go every position, we're better than them. You know, we just dropped the ball today. Came out flat. I can use heat as an excuse, but shit, they playing it too. It is what it is. We got to come focused, ready to go. Everybody understand that? Sure.